it's April. I've decided that it is time to do another monthly recommendation. I haven't done one of these for a little while, and I really like the topic because it's the end of the year, and so I'm starting to think about the whole year accumulation of my read. And of course, the topic of this month's monthly recommendation is new to me authors. I thought it was appropriate, so that is what I am doing here. Monthly recommendation group was started by Trina and Kayla. I will link all the information down below in case you are interested in joining the group and or checking out their channels because they are both wonderful human beings. I highly recommend that you do. But the reason that you are here is to hear about some of the new to me authors to me. That was a lot of to me's. So I decided to narrow down this list into new to me authors that really impacted me in some kind of way, shape, or fashion. They made me react in a way that just changed my outlook or just made me want to talk about it. And I decided to narrow it down to 5 because otherwise this list would be ridiculously long because sometimes I think I read way too much. And then other times I don't. The first one on my list is Dan Palak. I just finished reading Shadow House: The Gathering by him, and it blew me away. This is a middle grade horror read. It is a story about 5 kids who find themselves at Larkspur. Larkspur is a manor that is more than it seems. A lot of eerie things start happening right off the bat. And the fact that this is a middle grade read, but still had some of that creepy vibe in those jump moments for me was absolutely perfect. Not only that, there are some character backstories that felt very raw and very gritty. I had to give it to Dan Palak, and now I want to read more of this series. And I love the fact that not only is it about reading this story, but there is a supplementary app that goes along with the book that gives you more information about what is going on here. I won't go into too much depth here. I have a full review over everything that I'm talking about right now. I will link that for you in case you are interested, but I really, truly enjoyed Dan Palak's work in this start of the series. Then there is Hutchinson. I read A Wounded Name this year for the first time, and I won't lie, I originally got this book because of the cover, but the inside of this book, it took me to a place that I really enjoyed going. This is a Hamlet retelling set in modern day. Of course, it is set from Ophelia's point of view, which is always a little gritty, but then you get to see this raw, messed up relationship between Ophelia and Hamlet and how this whole mental thing just kicked off with such a mess. I really enjoyed the trip that this book took me on, and it was a trip. Trust me, boy oh boy was it a trip. And I also have a review over this book as well. I can guarantee you that if the author is on this list, it's because of a book that made me react so much that I had to do a review on it. So there's going to be a lot of linking of reviews everywhere. But this was extremely good. I need to find out if she's got more work out because I probably need to read them, let's be honest. Then there is Katherine Arden with The Bear and the Nightingale. This was a beautiful, beautiful story. It is the story of Vasilisa, who grew up in the Russian wilderness. She grew up hearing the local folklore and the Russian mythologies, and you just feel as if you are part of this culture. It has this old world fairy tale feel to it, and then you get to see Vasilisa grow up, and then you see the old religion and the new religion come to head, and it's just, there's so much here, and I just love how strong Vasilisa's character is. It is something that I will recommend to anybody who loves fairy tale retellings, even though it isn't technically a fairy tale retelling itself. It's got a lot of those fairy tale elements inside of it. I truly enjoyed it, and I am looking forward to getting my hands on the next book in the series. It was amazing. I need more. She has a permanent fan in me right now. She really does. And I couldn't do this list without mentioning Sidney Pett and the Thrilling Adventures of Lovelace and Babbage. This started out as a read for a readathon. I'm like, I don't know what kind of graphic novel I'm gonna read. I don't know. But I have always idolized Lovelace, so this seemed right up my alley. The amount of research that Sidney Pett put together to make this graphic novel astounds me. She made the characters real, and I loved every single minute of it, besides the fact that I am extremely nerdy, and so I related to a lot of this graphic novel. I probably would sit down with Lovelace and just have a beer with her. Honestly, I'd just pick her brain, see where she was coming from when she started getting into computers as they were in her day, and what she thought the future of computing would be, because she got a lot of things almost there. It's kind of amazing. I'm just saying. Sidney Pett were to ever put together something else in the same veins of this work, I would definitely have to pick it up, because yes, please. And last but not least, I wanted to mention Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher passed away before the year began, and it shattered me a little bit because I had idolized her as Princess Leia. But then at the same time, I realized I never knew her as a person, so I started picking up her memoirs. And as I was picking up her memoirs and hearing her voice reading some of them to me, and just hearing her life story, part of me broke a little bit, but at the same time, I am absolutely amazed at this woman's personality and her perseverance. The things she went through, I honestly can never understand how she kept on going the way she did. I think what I loved most about her is just the fact that she loved people still. She loved all kinds of people, and she found the humor in pretty much everything. And I really wish that I had gotten to know that a little sooner rather than after she was already gone. I think that's what kind of devastates me the most, is that this woman was an idol to me, but I only saw her as Princess Leia for the longest time, and now I'm realizing that there was more to her than that. Now I'm not going to get a chance to actually see what more she could have been. That kind of ended a little, I'm sorry for that. But tell me down below who you have discovered this year, what works they did that just grabbed your attention and wouldn't let you go. Tell me down below, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.